What if I told you that getting triggered is potentially one of the best things that can happen to you today? And I'm talking in the sense of those triggers, if you can view them from the side with curiosity, as opposed to going into judgment. And I'm not talking about in the moment it happens. If you can catch it in the moment you're triggering and pause, that's fantastic. But that takes time and practice. What I'm talking about is here comes your trigger. Recognize that that trigger is like a neon sign or a marker to show you where you're running a distortion program within, or where there's aspects of you that are not integrated into your wholeness. So what does that look like? So how does that help you? Your triggers are going to show you exactly where you are leaking energy to being in victim mode, right? And if you can just see the trigger, experience the trigger, like I got angry, I was upset, this person did this to me, right? And there's always a key when you're like, this person, someone outside of you did something to you, to pull back and say, okay, but where am I running a frequency that required that so that I could learn more about me? And if you can just get curious and look at it from the side and say, okay, Bob told me, I'm never going to amount to anything. And it really made me angry. I wanted to yell at Bob. I wanted to fight this guy. It made me want to go hide and cry. You're going to see where that pattern came in if you can look at it from the side and just be like, okay, when was the first time someone told me this? Got it. Okay, childhood. So now you're going back to the moments of when this became a program for you, a trigger for you. And this will allow you to start to go within to clean up where you're running distortion programs, where you are choking off your access to your fully aligned sovereignty of you, your quantum sovereignty. And it will allow you to start to clean up your frequency, your signature, and your energetic signature, your quantum field coherence. This is literally what is creating the reality around you. So Bob showing up and saying that thing to you, that trigger, that is the universe showing you, not Bob did this, back to you, where you are getting in your own way. And this is the more access you have to the fullness of you in wholeness, in quantum field coherence, or quantum sovereignty. This is going to help you how you're creating your reality around you. So think of your quantum field, okay? And there's so many different parts, pieces, components to this. And I love talking about this. So your quantum field, it's going to be your mind. Well, with your mind, there's your subconscious. There's your thoughts. There's your limiting beliefs, your programs, right? Then there is your body, your physical body, the things you put on your body, put in your body, people that you're intimate with. These all impact your energetic signature. Your soul or your spirit, right? Which is your connection to source. It's also your intuition, right? That guiding force, that quiet little voice, and aligning more with the soul, or how far out of alignment with your soul you are, is also creating your quantum field, whether you're coherent or not. Your heart, right? Think of your heart as the center of that nervous system, electrical and magnetic, right? So the more you're in your heart, the more you're functioning from your heart, the more magnetic you are, the more you're pulling in all of the things you want. You're not chasing, you're not forcing. So alignment with that heart, that soul, getting everything aligned and your field into quantum coherence is what you want. Also, your emotions. So are they mine? When an emotion comes in, is it even yours? Or is it just something you need to look at, observe, and let it go? Same as your thoughts. Is it mine? Or is it just something that comes in, observe, and let it go? With your emotions, are you processing your emotions or are you bypassing them? Are you looking at them like anything other than information, right? Emotion comes in, this is like a massive package of information there, depending on what you do with it. Or can you just be the observer and let it go? And it's all these little parts and pieces are going to create your energetic signature or your quantum field coherence or your nervous system regulation. Like there's a lot of language that's translating across different, a lot of different people are trying to explain these concepts with slightly different language. And I will even parcel in your subconscious, right? So where people are talking about your nervous system capacity is the capacity you have to hold the life you want, but it's also your subconscious. So the programs in your subconscious, those are your limits on your capacity. And then I'm talking about quantum field coherence in the sense of reality bending, where the more coherent you are in your quantum field, the more you are in your quantum sovereignty, recognizing that you are the entire ocean in a drop, and that anything that you're doing internally, okay, so quantum entanglement, each particle is going to affect the whole. So as you are coming into that quantum sovereignty, getting your quantum field coherence nice and beautiful, where you are fully aligned as best you can be with your soul and continuously taking the steps to keep aligning with soul as best you can. Keep aligning with your authentic signature, who you really are. Not saying yes when you mean no. Not jumping and doing something when you really don't want to do it. Truth is that nice, clear, beautiful signal. I would say truth is secondary only to love in following that to get yourself aligned, right? You want to align with your soul, source. To me, this is pure love. So if you're doing your best to follow your truth, that's going to keep you in line with love. Collapsing out anywhere anything you're not. Collapsing out from your field, those distortion patterns. And those are all the things that are not you. That's the, I got compared to my sister when I was 5 years old. So now anybody's talking about how wonderful my sister is, I'm triggering because I'm not as good as her. There's a program running there, right? In the back of your mind, in your subconscious. And it's just start to let go of the things that are not us. But in order to let go of them, we have to actually look at them, which is the shadow work that a lot of people are talking about. I will start to get you some tools on this channel on how to start to do some of this stuff. Getting out of that judgment of self is a really big, big one. And I think for today, looking at the next time you're triggered, and if you catch it in the moment, that's great. If you don't catch it in the moment, that's okay too. When you get some time to step back and just be by yourself and look at what happened. What happened? Why did I get mad? Why did I get upset? Why was I hurt? Why did it feel like a hit to my field? And just start to breathe through it. When was the first time I felt this feeling? So you may be able to get the first time. The memory may come up. It might not. You might be going, okay, well, I think it could be this. Sometimes that's enough. And can you just feel the aspect of you, that little smaller, much younger version of you that took that hit for the first time? Can you just honor them and hold them and breathe through it and feel the emotion. Let it come up. Let it start to let go. Let it start to move up and out. And this is going to integrate that shadow aspect of you. And the next time someone comes at you with the same thing that triggered you, it's not going to hit you even a fraction as hard. And that's taking each little tiny step towards coming into coherence, coming into fullness, coming into your quantum sovereignty, is going to impact directly the reality around you. Everything gets easier. Solutions start appearing before your problems. And this is why you would want to do that, why you would want to get to the point of quantum sovereignty. Why would you want to get to that quantum sovereignty? Because reality bends for architects. And in order to architect your reality, you've got to be in your sovereignty. Make sense? Clearing out distortions from your field is going to align you more to your sovereignty, to who you are at your original energetic signature. And it's that place from soul, right? As you transition ego into the backseat and align more with your soul, that's where you are tapping into your power, right? You're aligned with your soul, your source, and that is where your power is. Reality bends for architects. And to be an architect, you've got to be as sovereign as possible. Thank your triggers. They're helping you. Every little trigger is helping you take a step closer to your full sovereignty if you're choosing to use it. So let me know in the comments what triggered you today and how is it happening for you? Because once you start to see those triggers as happening for you, you start to step into a much more empowered state.